So welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. So we're on our way home. So it's time check is 3:10. So we're good on the time. So we have letter here. Hi Terence and Beth. Hi Terence and Beth. What can you say about the healthcare insurance in the Philippines? Is it applicable on a foreigner? Terence, do you have a health insurance?
We do have an insurance company. It's called On a Wing and a Prayer. No, we don't have any insurance. We have Phil Health, which is probably the bare minimum. It means they'll take you in and wipe your bottom. Not much more.
That is another thing, you know.
What?
I am a Filipina. Yes, I am a Filipina. I went to
Get
the
away, really?
I went to and we're married, you know. So we're married. So supposedly Terence should be my dependent, right? But what happened is because Terence is a foreigner, he needs to pay different amount to the PhilHealth. That's what I understand on that concept. That's one. Every year, I think 24,000 every year, if I'm correct. I inquired that 5 years ago. You know, so 24.
Did we ever pay that?
No, we didn't. That's why you don't have an insurance. You know, because supposedly, if your husband and wife, your husband automatically will as your dependent, you know. But on the case of Terence and I, if you're a foreigner, your Filipina will have a PhilHealth if he contribute self contribution. So, you know, and you're a foreigner, so you are not part of the PhilHealth. You need to pay PhilHealth as a foreigner, you know. So yeah,
So if you work it out,
we don't have.
I've never been sick.
Yeah.
That's 10 years at 24,000 pesos. So the next time, well, the first time that I'm sick and have to go into a hospital, which I would only do under extreme duress, because I don't trust them now since the pandemic. I don't trust them. We've had cause to not trust. So I think I'd probably take my chances, unless it was a broken bone or something like that, which I count broken bones as mechanics. It's not diagnosing anything. So that's my stand on it. It's not everybody's, and I know friends who are coming over here, about to come over here, and they absolutely have all of their insurance settled.
But
And they're coming over and they're not taking any chances, but then they've had some issues with their health, and now they need to make sure that, for one thing, that they're near a good hospital, and the other thing, that they've got insurance to cover any eventuality. But that's not me.
Well, I'm sure that there's a lot of insurance here, you know, some
Yes.
insurance company where if you wanted to insure yourself, you know, for medical, I'm sure there's a lot, you know. So yeah, it's better to have an insurance because it's kind of preparations of something that you are not expected, right? You know, preparations of something that you don't want to be happen, but it happened. So your advice, there should have an insurance, correct?
No, that's not my advice.
My advice is there should have an insurance.
I can't be a hypocrite and say, yes, you definitely should have insurance.
And we
That's
don't
what
have.
makes sense, and I don't have any myself. I say it depends on your health. This is the other thing as well. I've spoken to other people in the US when I was there, and I lived in Florida for quite a number of years, and of course there's an absolute ton of people who are retired and in their later years, and they talk about their experiences. And more than a couple said that when they got to a certain age, their health crapped out. One couple said that they were doing fine. They're both the same age. When they got to 70, it was like the warranty ran out. I used to joke and say if I was still under warranty, or if I was under warranty, I'd send myself back. But you come to a point where, yes, I guess it would make sense to have insurance so that if you go into hospital, you're not being expected to pay an enormous bill. Beth has other experiences to draw on. As far as what it costs a foreigner to go into hospital, because she used to bill for the doctors and knows very well what the costs are.
It just happened when it's foreigner, it's kind of different price.
It's a different price.
Because it's foreigner, it's dollar. You know, it's always been in the Filipino thinking that it's dollar, you know. So for example, I'm
a foreigner, but I wouldn't be paying in dollars, would I?
Yeah, but in the mine, it's dollar. It's the value, you know.
Okay.
So for example, there's an operation, you know, and then it's foreigner. For example, it's supposed the Filipino will only pay 40,000. Because it's foreigner, it could be 80 or 60 or 70 difference.
60, 70 or 80,
Yeah.
really?
Depending on the doctor, if you've been, you know. But mostly, it's foreigner. It's higher price. That's how I think about it. But depending on those doctor that is really good.
Oh.
But mostly doctors are good, okay?
Please don't turn left. Anna's turning left.
This is another thing about this bus. Extra careful.
Now we're stuck behind this bus.
The road is so small. That's enough for the bus, right?
Yeah. It's tricky to overtake. The bus is taken up so much.
Yeah.
It's a big enough challenge for trucks coming the other way.
And you should not overtake, especially if you don't have an insurance. You know, you should not overtake, especially if you don't have an insurance. As what Terence said, pray and careful.
A wing and a prayer. That's what our insurance company would be called.
It's raining.
And it's raining. Doesn't help.
Yeah.
But all we can see is the back of this bus. Still, we had a walk on the beach in the sunshine today.
It's very nice.
And we did the little errands that we needed to do. So we're not complaining. And
Yeah.
it's a drive together.
It's always good.
Kind of like, kind of like a date. Now look at this. Watch this. It's quite a big truck ahead. The bus driver
Wanted to overtake.
wants to overtake, has got to overtake, because otherwise he can't keep to his schedule. And it's two trucks.
Oh my God, Lord.